everybody, I hope you enjoyed last week's video of me going to Paris. Hopefully I answered some of your questions. I hope I did, and I hope I did you proud. So this week I wanted to talk about not judging a book by its cover. And a couple of weeks ago I was asked to be a book at an event called the Human Library. I don't know if you've heard of it. Basically the concept is to challenge the stereotype. So we as books were basically giving you, the reader, the opportunity to ask us anything. You had to go and sit at a table and basically wait for the readers to come in and ask you questions. And you got given one of these, which is a programme which lists the other books. So for instance, there was a polyamorous, there was a fetish performer, there was transgender, there was a drag queen, there was HIV positive, and there was somebody with multiple sclerosis. That one was me. It was extremely, extremely interesting and eye-opening, and kind of highlighted the fact that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. So people would come over to me and they'd sit at my table and they would all assume that I was the fetish dancer. So you don't actually get told what each person is on each table. You only discover what kind of book they are once you start asking them questions. Most people thought that I was the fetish dancer. So that's nice to know. Thanks very much. But it just proved how much you just can't judge a book by its cover. You don't know. So when I said to them, no, I have multiple sclerosis, they were all quite surprised because I'm not what they thought MS looked like, which is challenging the stereotype. Well, the first thing they say is, but you don't look sick, which I can imagine that you've heard a lot of this. I bet you've been told that before as well. And I usually say, so what do you think MS looks like? What do you think MS is? You know, tell me, I'll ask you questions. People would say, oh, I thought that you would be in a wheelchair. I thought that you would, not be able to walk. I thought you'd look a bit more sick. I thought that you would clearly be obviously unwell. And I said, no, that is something that, I don't want to say that we're all going to be exempt from feeling that, but that is something that majority of people with multiple sclerosis won't actually feel. You won't be in a wheelchair and you will not look unwell. We can look unwell, but that's not something that on a day-to-day basis that we face. I think it's really important to let people know that this is a neurological problem. It's actually our brain is giving our immune system the wrong signals. I think people find it hard to understand MS because they can't see the problem. It's all internal, which gives it the name, or gives it the title of a hidden condition. We're all to blame for judging a book by its cover. I know I've done it in the past. I think we should try and be more aware. This is why the Human Library is such an amazing concept. That's why it's such an amazing event. In an environment where you as a book feel safe, you feel comfortable in answering the questions, you've signed up, you've agreed to do this, therefore you are going to be asked some questions that you might feel scared of answering, but it's important that you answer because ultimately the point of it is to raise awareness. Because that's the kind of aim of the game. This is why I started these videos in the first place, was to challenge what people thought multiple sclerosis is or was. We are all to blame for doing this, for judging a book by its cover, because there are so many hidden conditions. Depression, lupus, there's so many conditions that you can't see. I've done it. I know I've judged a book by its cover. I did it at the event. I went up to a book and she looked like what I would imagine a librarian would look like, and it turned out she's a fetish dancer. I'd love to hear if you've been told any ridiculous things about multiple sclerosis or things that people think that's what MS is. If you've been told anything, let me know, comment and let me know. The point of the Human Library is brilliant, and if you go onto their website you can actually set up an event near you. I think it would be a really good idea and a really good opportunity to explain, to create awareness and to get that message out there. Anyway guys, have a gorgeous, gorgeous week and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.